Hi guys, it's Parzival. I also go by Will, and I am back with another talking video. I did last year a video where I made my 2018 art resolutions, and I recently rewatched that and wrote down notes on what my 2018 resolutions were, and I figured I can go over them, see where I succeeded, and make a 2019 art resolutions video. Because, as I said earlier in, last year's video, I remember things better when I say them out loud. So I figured it'd be a good idea to put it down again in a video form, and it was very useful for me now, even 1 year later, to be able to go back and go, alright, what did I say I wanted to improve on, and did I actually do it? So, I'm going to quickly go through and comment on things that I said in that video and whether I improved on those or not. Now, one thing that I started with that wasn't a main resolution, according to past me, was that I wanted to get better at color palettes and color theory and do more value tests. And I said in the video that I would start using my value tests more and put a black layer on top of it. You didn't really see me do that a lot this year, admittedly. A lot of that is actually because I was working with other people's stuff. So I was putting a lot of commissions or art trades up. And for those, I don't really use my own color palettes. I use that when I use a value test when I am working on making my own colors or my own color palette. But if I am working with someone else's character, I'm going to reference their colors. So I feel like I could be using the values, but it really wouldn't be helping me that much because I don't really alter other people's colors anyway, because I assume that what the colors they have in their references are the colors they want. I do think I did get a little bit better at color stuff, or at the very least my eyes got better at seeing it, because I find myself really frustrated at certain things, such as I tried to reconfigure my Cintiq's color palette or color monitor settings this year, because I noticed that on my Cintiq the blue balance is really off. So I will draw something and try and make it a certain type of blue to my eyes on my Cintiq, but then when I transfer it over to my computer it will look entirely different. So I'm kind of working on that, but I think I've gotten better at seeing what I do when I don't like in color palettes. So it's not really a did I get better at it, because it wasn't really a resolution and I haven't really been working with things that could allow for that. But I do want to acknowledge that I did do some work there. My second point, though, was I wanted to be better at being clearer in my dictation for my videos. Now, admittedly, I think I did pretty well there. I think I'm still sort of talking off the cuff, but I feel like I've gotten faster at talking because, admittedly, when I was listening to that video, I was getting impatient with myself. Admittedly, I do have an issue where I'm concerned that if I talk too fast, people won't understand what I'm saying. But then there's a balance issue there between talking too slowly and being extremely impatient with myself. So that's another factor. That'll be something to work on for 2019, is trying to work on a balance between making sure that I'm audible and making sure that I'm not dragging it on too long, which, let's be real, I have issues with that too. I would probably also this year like to try and actually listen to my videos a little bit more before I post them, because I do listen to them, but I feel like I skim them a lot and I don't actually listen to them in full in terms of things that could be edited. That is actually going back to the third point that I said last year, which is I wanted to increase my video quality. Now, I meant my visual video quality, and I did fix that. I fixed my OBS settings, I fixed my filming settings, so my sketchbook tours are a higher quality now. I don't really know if I would count my speed paints as a higher quality, but things have gotten better. I have improved my video quality a little bit. I haven't made an end card yet, which was one of my goals for last year, but I did have a screen where I have a template where I can put my video overlays, assuming YouTube's new Creative Studio beta doesn't just get rid of them, which I don't like that part. But I wanted to also get my videos out earlier And that admittedly did not happen. I just sort of readjusted my Patreon because I could not keep up with that for early video releases. And I apologize. I have started making videos earlier instead of just making them at the time. I've started to make them in batches. So it is a process that is going, but I'm still not at a point where I can release them early. So, But I did say in last year's video, that I wasn't gonna get a super fancy mic or anything to increase my audio quality. I have a fancy mic. I have a Rode tripod microphone with a pop filter now, and admittedly, I still have no idea how audio works. You guys probably know this by now. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea how to fix audio levels, but it's a process, and I'm learning slowly, and I'm slowly trying to figure this out, and I think my audio's gotten better, even if it's just because I got a better microphone. But hey, I got a better microphone, even though I said I wasn't going to. Now, to be clear, this was a gift, and it wasn't me going out to just get a microphone, despite the fact that I said I wouldn't. But it's helped. It really has. And maybe learning about new audio quality stuff will be on my to-do list next year, but I'm not putting it on there officially. I'm gonna say, like, listen to my videos more often and make sure that all of my audio stuff is good. And my last point from last year was I wanted to make more digital work because I wasn't used to my Cintiq. And, you know what, old me? I think you succeeded. Because I did a whole lot of digital work to the point where I have currently forgotten how I laid out my traditional sketch pages, which is kind of a problem. I do sketchbook tours on here for YouTube, and if I don't know how to do a sketchbook, then, you know, like, that's kind of half of my channel. So I need to balance things out a little bit more and work on trying to figure out how I can do more digital work and how crisp it is and enjoying that without having to worry about abandoning traditional art altogether. And that's not exactly what happened, but it's pretty close. So I want to see if I can balance that more. But things for next year. So let's do a quick review because I did talk about a lot. I want to make sure that I listen to my videos a bit more. I want to be a bit more balanced between digital and traditional work. I talked a little bit about color palettes, but I didn't really talk about anything I can improve on this year because, admittedly, that's not really going to be my focus. What I want to do this year is I want to be more comfortable with testing out new styles that aren't going to work. I want to try more traditional art and digital art, and I want to sketch more digitally. Specifically sketching, not like doing completed pieces, but I feel like I've separated my traditional and my digital work so much that my digital work feels like it's only for completed pieces. And I don't like that. I want to see if I can do some more sketches digitally and do more stuff with it where I can actually like sit down and go, okay, this doesn't have to be completely finished or completely clean. It's still okay. I want to get back into my sketchbook tours, and I want to get back into doing things traditionally where I have things laid out nicely. And I think I want to maybe try one animatic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to commit to that, but it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like I always say, yeah, I want to do it, and then I never do. I don't know, maybe that's shooting too high, so I'll put that as like a stretch goal, but it's something that I'm interested in, at the very least. What else? Oh, redesigns. You can see on my video that I'm actually drawing an old OC of mine. Her name is Sarah Besmer, and I was drawing her because I'm actually planning on selling her. She is currently for sale, and I don't use her anymore, so I figured someone else might get better use out of her than I am. But what I want to do is I want to get better at redesigning old concepts of mine, because admittedly I didn't do a lot of redesign here. I just kind of drew the old concept. And I don't think it was a bad concept, But now that I'm looking at it and watching the speed paint, I feel like I could have redone that dress in a more interesting way because it's very, very plain. And I think I want to try doing that. I want to try and give my characters that I haven't used in a while new life, and I want to practice making new things out of something that is, I don't want to say old, but maybe something that I drew a long time ago and could be improved because I just have more experience now. So yeah, let's see. That's more balanced with traditional work, that is video quality, that is redesigns. I'm still thinking. Give me a moment. You know, I realized as I paused to think about other things I could do to improve my art, I do talk off the cuff a lot, and I have said before that I think it's a better representation of who I am as a person. But man, taking notes would be a great thing for me to actually do. I took notes when I was looking at the old video. Why didn't I take notes of things that I can improve on this year? Come on, Will. Like, this is common sense 101. But yeah, I think that's a few good art resolutions to go with for this coming year. I think I've gotten a lot more comfortable at drawing other people's characters because I participated in Art Fight this year. I did complete 3 different drawing challenges this year. So I did Art Fight, I did Inktober, and I didn't participate in April drawing, but I did do Draw Everything June as well. So I did a good amount of art challenges this year, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing all of that. I also did life drawing classes this year that were extra and on my own, and I feel like that really helped. And I've been testing out a bunch of new sketchbooks, and admittedly not liking a lot of them, which is part of the reason why I think that I've had such slow traditional art. But I am pretty proud of where I came from this year, and I do think I improved. Maybe not as much as I would have personally liked, but a little improvement is still improvement. But, you know what? We are getting to the end of the video, and last year I said I was going to be better at timing. So, as usual, I appreciate all of your support. You guys know all the links are in the description, yada yada yada. I am especially going to point out my Patreon here, and I kind of feel like I'm imitating someone, but I don't remember who off the top of my head. This feels familiar. But I'm not going to think about that too much anymore. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.